Somebody needs to put a metal band together.
Mm.
Play inside.
It was so old, a kinship. I don't know if they did music as well. The name was Metalheads of Mordor. That was the name of the name of the kin. Metalheads of Mordor.
Put a club band together. Somebody who was up there with a peep 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 peep.
I don't have any cool dances on this guy.
He's doing lyrics.
Oh, really?
Which dance is that one?
Dance 2. I think I got it in sync almost. A little off. Let's see if I can get it.
I got conjunction 2, not dance 2. Oh yeah, you're way off.
Okay, you get it now?
I got it.
There you go.
It's front/dance_2, right?
Yeah, no, without the underscore. So slash dance and 2 without the underscore. There you go, you got it. Oh, this is too good. Yeah, we're not gonna fuck up our synchronization to clap.
Who the hell is Luke Bryan?
Hmm.
Okay, what dance is that?
Dance 3 slash dance 3. Let's try to sing that one.
Gotta remember, I'm just a little slower. I got small legs, dude.
Okay, I'll get it. Did we get it?
It's almost there. Everybody in Discord's going, what the fuck y'all doing?
Yeah, nobody's saying anything. What are the rest of you doing? You're watching a concert in Bray. And we're dancing as well, at least trying to. Oh no.
Oh, that's Thor.
Of course that's. Is that the one was the video as well before? Is that this a different one? I didn't listen to the one the video.
They all sound the same, everyone he's played.
Yeah, with the exception that one was in French, one is in Dutch, and the other one in German. So they sounded exactly the same.
Wonder where did this band come from? Never really heard of them. The Country Bluegrass Band.
Well, obviously they play country music because that's all they're playing.
Yeah, that's all they're playing. This Mo Bandy, the rodeo clown. Okay. I'm gonna go smoke quickly. Be right back.
Do it.
Later, guys. Thanks for the run.
Bye.
Any good music?
Dude, it's country.
Still country? And you don't play anything else at all? Caesar, did you watch that video of from
Which
that
one?
Sasha Baron guy?
No.
The Jason, the senator one, or whatever.
I read about him.
You gotta watch that one. So that guy eventually retired. He resigned. I mean, after the video came out.
Oh, you talking about how he just janks people?
Oh, you gotta watch this. So hold on, let me pull up the link. You gotta watch it and just have the laugh of your life.
It's not like it's that hard to jank people in the United States anymore. They're so ignorant.
But I wonder why nobody recognizes Sacha Baron Cohen nowadays. He's like obscenely tall. Like he's not
It's
It's not like he's a
unrecognizable.
small guy.
No,
He's really tall.
But the makeup job is it's ridiculously awesome.
Like
He's
I thought he
done-
was like 6'5" or something. Like he's tall.
The fact that a person can get another person to be so fucking stupid just tells you exactly how stupid people are. I mean,
Erev Tov.
would you do that? Even without being a representative of something? Oh yeah, just shout out racist rants and pull down your fucking pants.
Yeah, watch this. That Jason Spencer guy resigned eventually. I'm glad he did. Like, holy cow.
I'm not sure he resigned exactly willingly.
He did not. He probably got messages from his constituency or something.
Well, he also got from his colleagues.
I mean, unless they were like my friends that were like very close to me, even then would be very like, it would still make you think going, why the fuck would I do something this fucking stupid?
Well, that's how some people are. Like that other segment he did in the last episode about where I don't know where exactly it was, in some part of America where he went and then he said that was pretending to be like a liberal, a white, self-hating white male, and he said, so I'm gonna bring an investment to your town for like $350 million or something, and everybody clapped, and he was like, what we are gonna do is we are gonna build the biggest mosque outside of Middle East here in your town, and
Oh my
everybody
god.
started boo. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. It's like this will be the best tourist attraction. It will be the state of the art mosque, and your town will have it. And they're like, no, no. It started going all full racist, and then like one dude went full on racist mode, and he said, yeah, but we have some blacks here and we tolerate them. We can't tolerate Muslims anymore here, so that will never happen. And that was just like, wow, okay, these people exist. When you're like, shit.
What he said, that might be fun, but I would be careful about saying stuff like that because you never know how some of those people might react, especially something like that.
Yeah, well, he had them sign and give away their weapons, which he mentioned in the segment.
That might be clever.
Yeah, he did. So he had them sign like a agreement or something that they will be filmed and stuff, and then he also like made them all check in their weapons at the before coming in the thing. But just
Well, yeah, they do that at the NRA annual meetings as well, so why not?
well, he did that he got an NRA guy to make an ad to arm 40-year-olds. So just let that set in. The actual NRA representative made an ad, a campaign ad for promoting to give weapons, like really cute weapons hidden in like teddy bears and stuff like that, to 40-year-old kids. And
That does not surprise me at all.
From what I hear, like the Joe Rogan talked about this on his podcast as well, and he said like he heard from the writer on this show that this is just the beginning. Like it will get way more crazier as the episodes progress, and I can't wait.
But these are episodes that's already been done, right?
Yeah, I think it's all filmed. It's all filmed and already done.
And like, unless the Republicans are like incredibly stupid.
Well, I think they mostly are.
Not that stupid.
You'd be surprised.
No, people are that stupid. I mean, that's what keeps freaking me out. Is that I've always I've talked to other people, other y'all, that I'm like, I just can't. It took me a long time to believe how stupid people are. People are fucking stupid. I didn't realize people were that fucking stupid. But people are fucking stupid. I guess maybe I just never surrounded myself with people like that, so I didn't really realize it. But people are fucking stupid.
I'm not sure I want to call them stupid, but there has been a shift where you don't really care whether something is true anymore, as long as it reinforces what you already believe.
I guess you can say that in certain instances, yeah. But I think a lot of people are fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, that's democracy for you. Your vote counts as much as theirs. With all the prejudices and everything. And no, that's it. This is it.
Yeah, we've gotten
Like that Einstein quote or non-quote says that there's like two things in the universe have no limits, and like one of them is the universe, and the other one is like human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe, but I'm sure about the human
Yeah, that one
stupidity.
is kind of unsure.
Yeah, it is. That's what I said. It's not confirmed that he said that actually. Same
Oh,
goes with that
I was just
B
thinking
quote.
if he said that, he might actually be wrong.
Well, I there are just way too many people with way too many. I don't know what to say in the sense that you'll find all types of people, openly racist and xenophobic and whatnot, and there's no limit to it. It's in our current world that there are people who are in the terrorist Daesh, and then there are people who are humanitarians and working their life to solve the crisis. So like, it's a pattern, it's a spectrum, actually.
I guess now it's just right now in the world we live in, it's just become like it's an open canvas for things, and now people are able to actually say what they fuck they want to say and what they actually feel, and a lot of it, unfortunately, instead of good, it's bad.
Yeah, but
It's not
but I
just
think
being it's not just being able to say what you want. It's the audience you're able to say to.
Yeah,
You could still say stuff before, but then you had to like write a letter to the newspaper who
yeah.
might or might not post it.
Or you had to have somebody that was
like these
was
discussions or
yeah.
whatever was in like local bars of local towns and local cities, and it was domestic and limited to the town, to the city, to the neighborhood. Now on the thanks to the internet, all good that it did, it also gave them a platform to vent or say or post whatever the hell they want, and then find their audience, find their little segmentation of the audience or segmentation of the humanity, and that's it. Like one retard who no one listened to in a bar when he rambled on about something is now can find like a thousand other retards from all the other parts of the world, because there are, and then find his group and find his community and find his kinship and kindred spirits who believe the same shit, well, are so gullible and whatnot. That's what happened. It just made a world a global village, and this is the result. That, yeah, while the rest of us can connect and have fun and talk about Tolkien lore and create book clubs and play games and have fun and in our leisure time, well, other people are found their friends from all parts of the world to just spew the nonsense and continue to just be as disgusting as possible.
Another
And
thing,
like they are like they still like I have had like interaction like every now and then in the Facebook comments and whatnot, people being like stupid, and I've never seen or interacted with those people in real life living here and never met anyone who even was a slightly racist or anything or said anything weird to me that I had to like, wait, what did you say? Like, never happened. But on the internet, they are all like super awesome big jocks or something that they are calling you out. And one did, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you wanna send me back? Why don't you come say that to my face. Dude
There's no
blocked,
filter.
dude blocked me immediately because got scared. Like, yeah, okay, come try it, please. Just come meet me somewhere and we'll discuss this. Because they know in real life they're just scared little bitches, and they know they'll get the knocked the fuck out for most of their stuff. They're only strong in groups. That's why they found their or wanted to find their community, because they're only strong in groups. They're nothing as an individual.
Agree. I mean, it's always been out there. I mean, people just held their own things inside them of what they wanted to say. I just never realized that there was that much hate towards other people. You know?
But I think that goes in curves, because you just look at the South in the 60s and 70s, 50s for that matter.
Oh, no. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that I figured that people would just educate themselves. And a lot of those people that you're talking about in the South, and that's not only America, it's going on across the world.
No. My point is, it's not a new phenomenon. This did not come about because of the technology we have now. You also had that stuff in the past. It's just less visible, but it didn't have any less of an effect.
It didn't have the legs that it has now. That's a difference. You know what I mean? Like what Ali was saying,
but
it didn't have the
that-
legs that it
But
has now.
that works both ways, because one of the reasons why it was so strong in the South was because of the lack of resistance, and in the same way that the especially the far right, and in some ways the far left as well, have gotten stronger because of technology, so has the groups opposing them.
I don't worry about the far left. I don't worry about the far right. I just worry about people that are hateful toward the world, period.
Isn't that the far left and the far right?
Both.
There's no far left though. Stop saying that.
Oh yes, there is.
There is no far left. Come on, that's just a ridiculous thing to say. What's the harm in like being the opposite of the racist? You're extremely non-racist? Wow. Far left, so scary being extremely non-racist.
But the opposite of the far right is not in, if you're talking ideology, is not the far left in that sense. The opposite of the far left and the far right are the center ground.
They're
Yeah,
both.
but
They're both
that's what I'm
ridiculous
saying.
in a
But
lot of ways.
this far
But-
left thing that I'm hearing people say, that's like the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Like, what far left? Like, what does that even mean?
You don't think there are people out there who defend the dictators and dictatorships that's been on the far left?
Well, depends. Like, how do you define left and far left? Like, what does that mean? Do you mean progressive far left? Who are like,
If you're progressive, you're not
socialist?
far left. Far left are the communist
are far
dictatorships.
left? Communist dictatorships. Okay, but
Yeah.
who are those at the moment? Like, where do you see that them being of any importance in any discussion?
North Korea.
Yeah, but are they in the Western
China?
discussion? No, but are they part of our society?
You don't think China has an effect on Western society?
I don't see them having any effect on the Western society. What, China's gonna lobby legislations and change people's mind in that regards? When people on the far right complain of the far left or even the centrist, they just want to complain for no reason, because there is no far left in present in our societies in Europe or even in America. There is no far left. There is nothing that's far left. Antifa is not far left. And being anti-fascist is not being far left at all. It's being just right, right side of history. Like, yeah, the far left is just a myth.
I mean, I believe in conservatism, to an extent. I like a lot of the ideology behind conservatism, but that has nothing to do with being on the far right. I think that you should be held accountable for taxes, for overspending, for things of that nature, which is basically what
conservative.
That's always been a conservative view. It's always been.
No. But that is not a specific conservative virtue. That you have to be responsible for the taxes you use.
What are you talking about? That's basically the basis of conservatism.
So which ideologies does not follow what you just said?
Well, sometimes.
No.
Over history.
No, you can't say sometimes.
It just depends, dude. It just depends. It depends on exactly who is doing what and how things are being run by a certain group, whether it's the government, whether it's a group, whether it's anything. I mean, some people just want to spend out their fucking ass. I mean, I don't necessarily, okay, let me just throw the far left, the far right, conservatism out, whatever the fuck. Okay, fuck all those names. You have to be accountable for how you spend. Period.
Yeah. I would not disagree with that.
Me neither.
But you have
most societies or ideologies wouldn't disagree with that. The disagreement goes on how do you accomplish that. A conservative would have a less of a welfare state and less taxes. A social democrat, like I am, would probably have more taxes, more welfare.
Yeah, which is, I think, the right approach. More taxes, more welfare. Like, there's nothing wrong with the problem with them.
And the problem with it is
It's capitalism. That's the problem, basically. It all comes down to that.
Exactly. It's who do you tax? Because if you don't tax
Everyone.
people that are making a shitload of fucking money,
Yeah.
then
No.
it doesn't really matter.
No, but the thing is, you have to tax everyone.
No,
Because-
believe me, the middle to the lower class is taxed out their fucking ass.
Yeah, that's true. But
They are taxed out
the
their
thing
ass.
is, you heard the story
Yeah, so
about
how is
Amazon.
how is that?
No, the Amazon guy, Bezos, like he paid $0 in tax like last year. So like, how does that make any sense, and why is it still allowed? That's the question, and who is allowing it? And you should get those people and just have them answer these questions. Like, how does a billionaire company like Amazon, who's all over the world, how are they not paying any taxes whatsoever? Like, what the
Because
hell?
they're putting, they're like, abusing the system by putting their offices somewhere.
So that means
they
the
just-
system is freaking broke. So let's
Yeah.
stop
But
kidding
that's-
ourselves about
that
like,
is one
right
of the
or
things
left.
that the European. That's one of the things that the European Union is working on.
Yeah,
Putting up a
it is.
tax system
Yep.
that does not allow companies to do that.
I mean, that what they do is that they work the system. If I'm
Exactly.
willing to bring in a business into your fucking town, that means I don't have to pay shit. And I'm going to give you maybe 1,000 jobs, but your town has 80,000 fucking people. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm going to give you 1,000 jobs, and I'm not going to pay shit for the other fucking 79,000 people.
Yeah, but that's the difference with the European Union. You can't use that argument with the European Union because we're talking 600 million people, and they will have to think broader than just that little town. And Amazon, Facebook, Starbucks, they cannot ignore the European Union because
I'll tell you
economically,
what, the European Union better get their shit together because they're getting ready to go to shit.
okay.
That's not true.
They better get their shit together.
Well, they are. I think they are they have the most shit
Yeah,
together at
hold
the
on.
moment there is.
You need to explain what you just meant there, because that sounds like you're listening to Fox News.
No, fuck Fox News. I
Okay.
believe in the European Union. I believe that they understand stuff, but at the same time, I think that they in the back of their minds that they still fucking think about this piece of shit fucking dude over here that's running shit.
Well, it's a trade partner. Of course, we have to think about
Yeah.
running or having to solve shit with the mess that you guys made, obviously.
Yeah, we did not elect him. You did.
We are trying to. Well, I won't be blameless here because obviously we also elected retard government here in Italy as well recently. So
Yeah, but the difference is that your government can be taken down at any time. They
Yeah.
have voted him in for 4 years.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And our government is also like answerable to the European Union being a part of it, obviously. No matter how much they are trying to get us out of it, it probably will never fly because people are too smart to make that kind of type of decision. While on the other side of the world, that's completely messed up. You got a complete moron as leader of the world's superpower, and that's just it's
But,
I
but
don't have any
the
words.
European Union cannot ignore him.
Yeah,
No,
you can't
no one
ignore
can
him.
ignore him.
And he's best buddies with the other piece of shit, fucking piece of shit motherfucker too. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes into it. It's not as simple as it might sound.
What happens is, here's the thing. It's two type of different mentalities. One vision or mentality or belief system is based on principles and rules, while the other one is based on just tribe system. That's what happened.
Yep.
The left could not compromise on those issues or what they believe in, that the progressivism was. They could not vote for Hillary. They could not bring themselves to do that because they felt this she did not properly represent the progressive movement. While on the other hand, the other party had the tribal system. It's our guy. Let's do it. White guy going. He'll take care of us. And they all gathered together, while the other left obviously had the problem of being moral and me being fair and being true to their beliefs, and they said no, we can't do that. That's why she lost, because of the corruption, basically. If the Bernie was there, he would have won. That's just simple.
It's not. It is not that simple.
It is that simple.
No, it's not, because
Most terrible candidate they could ever present was Hillary Clinton. Simple as that.
Reason I don't think it's that simple, because they assumed that she was going to win in a landslide, so they didn't focus
No,
on.
they did not.
Listen, no, listen now, Ollie.
The
You got
establishment
to
did,
talk-
obviously.
You,
All the
you
polls did.
got to talk earlier, so keep
Okay,
quiet.
fine. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
In U.S. politics, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida, Wisconsin, Iowa are very important states. The way those states fall, the elections fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Democrats didn't focus on those states because they were fairly certain they were going to win them.
They
By
thought they were going to
Democrats,
get Pennsylvania. They thought
they
they were
fought-
gonna
they-
get those
by
states.
Democrats, you mean she didn't go to those states, right?
Yeah.
So whose fault is that?
But that's my point. They assumed those states were secure, kind of, because the opinion polls gave that impression. So she went for states like Georgia and like other southern states that like Democrats hasn't won in like, well, almost forever. So she
Like
was
a lot,
bad
those
she
states
was
are
a bad
like a lost
candidate,
cause
but
for
that was not
Democrats.
that was not the only reason she lost.
Well, obviously there is some weird electoral college system that I'm not really. I didn't even bother reading on it because it sounds
It's
stupid.
it's really complicated in the states, and it's not.
Yeah, so
It's not
obviously
clear.
she did win if you
It's
count
rigged too.
just the votes. No, but if you count the votes, she did win. So the polls, you can't say the polls were wrong. Polls were right. She did get more votes. Fine, got it. But
I said the opinion polls. That is not the election.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
no,
you
like
set
she
up
won,
your
she did
election
won the
campaign based
popular vote, so I
on
won't say she lost, but the only thing she lost basically was this progressive movement, progressive part of the democratic established Democrats who are just corrupt and take big money and are just Republican light, basically. They're the same as Republicans.
I'm
and
not
they're
going to
just
focus
light
that much
version of
on
that.
the popular vote versus the electoral college because that's not the only country that stuff like that happens. That happens in Norway. The left had more votes than the right in the last election, although the right won. And the last time,
Well, I understand. It is a system. That's fine.
The last time we were in government, the same happened. Because you don't have one large list of candidates for the whole country. They're divided up between like provinces, regions, and I'm guessing that is probably the same in Italy.
It is obviously divided in states, and every region and province has their own electoral or people you need to write in. It's not electoral system though. We still count. Our system is parliamentarian, not presidential.
That's the same case here. What I'm just saying is that you can still, at least in Norway, you can still lose the popular vote,
And
or
still
at
not
least
get elected.
get less votes, but get more votes, get more mandates. And I'm guessing that's probably the same case in Italy and most countries where you don't have like one large candidate list for the entire country.
In Italy, the problem we usually have is the hung parliament is that pretty much everybody gets just enough votes here for some reason. It's mostly they need to make coalition to make anything work, and apparently in this one, the far left and the far right kind of made a coalition, and everybody is like scratching their head. What the hell just happened? Because like the party which is the Five-Star Movement, who always presented themselves as the left of the left progressives, and then the other party is the right-wing party of the Salvini, and they both just made an alliance to make a government, and just doesn't make sense.
Well, let's just hope that since it's the far left and the far right, they'll end up in the middle.
Well, let's hope they end up somewhere, because they did not agree on anything before the campaign. Obviously, now that they are in there, making compromises, and I hope they make compromise for the best and not for the worst.
But that's politics.
Yeah.
I favor coalition governments rather than majority governments like you have in the US or you have in England and stuff, because you more or less don't give a crap about like half the electorate. But if you have a coalition government, you have to care about more than just the few people who voted for you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And like our government doesn't even have a majority. They have to have support in parliament for their and they don't always have that. But as long as they don't say that either you support this or our government goes off, they can still stay in government.
Okay, that makes sense. I just hope the I hope this guy doesn't get re-elected, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Americans are just so retarded in general. I don't have that much confidence.
Yeah.
So,
I would love to say that he wouldn't be, but he was elected once, so
yeah. You know, and he's on so much TV. They have how they have all the media.
Okay, so I can't emphasize this enough. He did get elected, but let's not kid ourselves. He got elected because of Democrats. The party is at fault. The party is messed up. The party is broken. So let's
what he has done is he's been able. He has the capability of saying that the truth is not the truth, even though it's like you can like give somebody in front of their face the facts. You know what I mean? They're facts. They're actual facts. They're like, hey, look, if somebody like shoots you in the heart, you will die. And you could give somebody those facts and he can say that's not true and they'll believe it.
I mean, also another thing I think about the states is that with the younger generation that comes in to vote, you know, like a significant amount of that population didn't even go to vote, so they'll like complain on social media but not actually do a lot of the actual actions.
Exactly.
And so he could again win, and the Republican Party is very, very strong. Like, I mean, outside of a couple of like Democratic presidents here and there, the Republicans will come back with a vengeance, you know, with the Bushes and the whatnot. Like they will come back.
Only because they have no principle. They have no principle other than being just loyal to the bloody party. That is the only reason they can muster together everybody, because they're like, this is my team and I'm voting for it. I don't give a fuck whoever.
But that's why he could possibly potentially get reelected, right?
The Democrats in 2020, they cannot only like come up with a great candidate to beat Trump. You also have to come up with a political platform, because
the new social Democrat platform that is rising in the Democrat Party, that is the only thing that will save them.
Yeah, but they don't. You can't go too far to the left either.
Yeah, of course. I don't think America will become Sweden or Norway or Belgium, but I don't think so. But I don't really even care that much about their internal whatever. However they feel like they need to do things, they should be able to do that. What I care is just elect someone who like
get this motherfucker out of there.
No, who yeah, exactly, who at the international stage at least like tries to move through the world to a better place, and not just talk in the air like he did that he's gonna end wars and everything. Did he? No, he just increased it. He's now trying to start a new one with Iran, and you just remember, okay, I don't know.
Michelle Obama.
Biggest con man? No, Michelle Obama. No. Obama should stay away. Obama was not a progressive at all. He was just a neoliberal. He was just bad. Obama was just bad. He did the most. He did more drone strikes killing innocent civilians than Bush did. So Obama can go fuck himself. That's the point. They need to bring out people like Bernie Sanders or some people like that who stand on the socialist progressive Democrat stance, and not these neoliberals who still take big money from big corporations to keep the never-ending wars in the world and keep disrupting democracies in all the parts of the world. It's just ridiculous. Just go fix your own country. Don't worry about what happens in Syria or Lebanon or Yemen or whatever. Or stop selling weapons to Saudi Arabia. Is that too hard? The most violent country ever, Saudi Arabia, and they still sell them $100 billion worth of weapons.
Yep.
Why call them out on this shit?
Well, one of the major issues is that the Democrats just aren't, in the States, they're just not quite as organized, and they won't get behind one candidate like the Republicans will, no matter how good or bad that person is. You know, they just don't have that sort of unification. So I'm just not as confident that I obviously will go and not vote for Trump, but at this point in time, like, it's going to take quite a bit of effort just to get him out of the White House.
Just if anybody you want to vote, just find those that new wing of the Democrat Party, the Justice Democrats, like that girl who got elected recently, that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or people like those who really represent the Democratic Progressive Front and are honest and do not take money from any of the big corporations. Do not take
But the thing
any
is,
tax money.
you just proved her point when I said Michelle Obama, that the Democrats won't support one candidate.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just everyone's going to go up. Some people went to Bernie, some people went to Hillary. Like, it's just, they're all split.
No, but we have to. If we just adopt the team mentality as well, then what's the difference? Is that just my team versus your team, and the battle will continue till the end of times? No, you just have to draw a line somewhere on the principle. If you're a principled person, then you won't cross some lines. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we should do the same like the Republicans do, just gather together against the other. I don't want to do that. You should draw the line at the principles, and if the principle is that's what separates us from the other side, is the principles. That's it. You just have to define yourself and stay on your morals and principles, pretty much.
Then we're going to have Republicans in the White House for quite some time then, until they have to mess up so badly that a massive amount.
Millennials take over, basically.
No, because the problem is that when the millennials take over, they become middle-aged.
Yeah, but you'll see the difference of the generation previous and
they're completely apathetic, though, the millennial population.
Not really, though. They try.
They're active on social media and protesting. However, they didn't actually go to vote. And that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually have a lot of contemporaries.
Yeah, but they did not vote because the thing that the Democrat Party, this established neoliberal party, gave them was Hillary Clinton. Of course, they did not feel anything for her.
Like, how are you not even voting? Like, and even just like, even if you're not in the country, you can still like absentee vote, all of these things, and just instead protest and complain about everything and the whole status.
Well, because
and there were
emails did prove that they did.
There were more than 2 candidates at the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't use the argument that because they wouldn't vote for Hillary,
well,
they wouldn't go to.
Third party vote is just giving vote to Trump, so that didn't.
Yeah, and not voting wasn't.
But that didn't
You
matter
can't-
though. Or did it? Like it didn't matter like if third party got some votes, it would not have made any difference whatsoever.
That depends.
And also, I don't know all the
Trump,
platform of the
Trump,
third parties. Like I don't
Trump,
know how many were
Trump
there.
won Wisconsin with 20,000 votes. I don't know how many votes the third-party candidates in
Would
Wisconsin got.
would it have made sense to still have some kind of team mentality in the swing states? Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It would
Yes.
have made sense to do that, and I agree. But the what generally should the Democrats be in that position that they would have to depend on that? No, they could have done way better. But you're right.
but
You're
that-
right. In
that-
those states, it
in-
would have made sense to vote for Hillary, no matter how bad she is or was presumed to be, and whatnot. But in those states, I agree with you. Would have made sense to have some kind of team mentality to, okay, whatever, but still better than the
Yeah. Then the alternative.
than the alternative. Exactly.
the thing
Using common sense, I think.
in the US, you always have to have a team mentality when you're talking politics, because the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are large umbrella parties that has a lot of different factions within them.
Well, at the
factions
same
with-
time that
it-
you're talking about, hey, look, at the same time that you're talking about it, it didn't used to be as tribal as it is now. Now it's very, very tribal, and it shouldn't be that. If
Mhm.
this country continues to be tribal, all it's going to do, I mean, we are becoming Rome. I mean, a tribal democracy never ever works. It's not going to work.
You don't need to worry about that, because you're getting your Carthage back. Rome
Getting-
worked fine as long as they had Carthage to fight.
Well, that's the thing. What the strategy that might be for either the Republicans or the establishment Democrats will be just to invent a new enemy and a new war and just guilt everyone into signing up. And
No.
that's
When I
pretty
was
much it.
talking Carthage, I'm talking Russia.
Russia. Yeah, I don't know. That story is kind of bullshit.
So that's a different talk.
Like Russia, Russia meddled with your elections. What do you do in like 70% of the elections of all the world? So let's relax about that. Improve security next time. Lock your door next time. Come on, can't complain when you go on stealing other people's car and then somebody stole your car and you're mad about it. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, you have active and non-active generals and FBI agents and CIA agents admitting on television. We've done it in pretty much all the elections of pretty much everyone. Always meddled in them. Try to change them. Install puppets of the governments. The Shah of Iran. That was the US. All US. So somebody
At
else
this point
did
in
it to
time,
you.
I would have just, I was hoping like some, ingenious like FBI agent or some agent would have just offed Trump by now, but it's not happened. So, I mean, and they can record me saying this and I'm going to laugh about it, but I would just assume that somebody would have done this by now, but it's not happening.
Well, they're waiting for our that Robert Mueller guy. Everybody's looking towards him to do something, so find out soon enough.
Well, the news seemed to be getting closer when
Yeah.
it comes to
That
getting.
that tape came out recently, and listened to it, where he
With-
was talking about the arrangement with that star.
It's almost like a TV show
It
series.
is. It's just ridiculous, and I just can't believe that Dave Chappelle kind of joke is so valid here. you see all these people going to vote, and yeah, Donald Trump will take care of us, and Dave Chappelle is like, you dumb motherfucker. Donald Trump is gonna take care of me, not you, you middle class idiots. He's gonna take care of me, rich people, not you idiots.
I don't know why they didn't. Well, I love Dave Chappelle, but like, yeah, I don't. But the American population and the voting population, general population, is not very intelligent, and so it's like, well, they will believe what they see on television.
All right, good discussion, people. I think I'm gonna head off now. Catch
Good
you all
night.
tomorrow.
Right?
Ciao.
So let it run.
At least you